Okay, let's reload. What I want to get at is, you know, any others, you can, when you're not smoking, to hold the cigarette out to the side, because otherwise I'm going to have a hard time cutting it. Yeah. Or something, just to keep it away, because otherwise the smoke's coming up through your face and you look like you're going through a fog screen. You got it. They weren't all staff, they were lying to us.
We have to start the camera.
Sure.
Okay. Breakfast Club. How'd you get involved in it? Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I was working on another film called Making the Grade, and I just got some note that there was this project coming up, and they were interested in reading me for it. And they sent me the script, and I read the script, and it was great. I mean, it read like a play. The basis of the script was not in the sensationalist areas like, you know, car scenes and sex scenes, and it was all about the relationships between these 5 kids. I mean, and it was just a thrilling prospect. I mean, I think it's one of the best scripts that I've read in my many years in Hollywood.
That's interesting. I had worked on The Big Chill last year, and it's interesting. It's like a slightly younger Big Chill in a lot of respect. It's kind of an ensemble.
Well, yes. I think that it's odd to hear people say that it's like The Big Chill, because that was more a retrospective. They were looking back on the mistakes that they made in their lives. Whereas in this film, we're all so young, we don't really to look back to infancy, maybe if it were a B.F. Skinner movie, but we're talking more about now, the problems we have now, and the problems potentially we may have in the future. But, I mean, it is certainly an ensemble work. There's no star in the movie.
John Hughes.
I mean, he's great.
Where did I hear on John is freedom? He allows you a lot of that.
I believe so, yes. I mean, it's hard to talk about freedom because it's one of those concepts that maybe we don't know too much about. You know, what is freedom? You know, he doesn't enslave us to his ideas. So in a sense, that is freedom. He doesn't necessarily let us do everything that we want to do because he is looking out for our best interests. And many times, under the guise of freedom, we will make ridiculous choices that may sabotage the entire production. So but he does allow us the freedom to fail. And I can do the work that ultimately is that much more expressive because I'm willing to hold my cards a little farther away from my chest. I mean, you don't have to sidestep so much because if you're afraid, I mean, first thing you do when you're afraid is draw in, draw close, defend yourself. And if you're playing a character that's very defensive, maybe in a very method type of way, you can use it. But, you know, John doesn't create a fearful environment. He creates a more open, willing environment. So you can go right for it. And if you fail, no one goes, you're a terrible actor. You're awful. Do it again better. He's more like, well, I don't think that necessarily works. And he gives you the reasons why it doesn't work. You can defend yourself and say, well, I have all these reasons why it does work. And he will still win, but you will get your say. And I think that as we have gone along in the film, I think that his way of working has been very beneficial to us. Because as the story develops, the characters are taking more chances with each other. They're letting more of their guard down. They're bringing more of their fears and insecurities to the surface. And I think it's only because the groundwork that John laid with us has provided us with that type of springboard. So now in a scene, we can go anywhere we want to go with it, and he will guide us.
It's interesting. When we were walking over here, you talked about your training in New York. You said in the final analysis, you got to kind of jump in there.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like, I mean, not to compare athletics to this, but when you're learning a sport, let's say, like you're going to practice your serve in tennis. You get out there every day with your bucket of balls and you hit 500 serves. Well, then you're working on your arm motion and on your ball toss and various technical aspects of it, but you don't know whether or not your serve is a valid serve until you get into a match. When you're working with all these other elements, which change your particular psychology. And it's only when you get out there and are actually making the film that you can realize whether or not what it is that you learned in school makes any sense. You know?
When did you find out you really wanted to be an actor?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't grow up wanting to be an actor. I mean, I think I wanted to be a fireman or a policeman or a lawyer till I was like, 17. I just sort of fell into it. I don't really know why. I think that it seemed to be a logical extension of the way I looked at the world, which is not to say that I was always a role player my whole life and was, avoiding myself, though maybe that's true. I don't know how it happened. I just decided one day that what I wanted to do was to go to New York. It wasn't necessarily that I wanted to become a professional actor. I just wanted to go to acting school. So I went to acting school, and what they were teaching me didn't seem so alien to the way I viewed the world anyway.
Tell me about your background when you grew up.
Oh, my background. I was born in Maine, Portland, Maine. Wonderful family. My dad's a lawyer. My mom's a state politician.
It's the perfect background for playing your part.
Yeah, I know. It's like the opposite background for the parts that I play. They're real supportive of me. They're a nice family.
So that's a little different, though, background. Where do you get your... Go ahead.
Where do I get my balls big enough to play characters like I'm playing, right? I don't know. No, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a lot of ways to approach acting. You can use yourself in every part, kind of thing, draw from your own experience. But I think that limits you as an actor because you are only one person. You're only yourself. You can only play parts that are within that sphere. But if there's this thing, the collective consciousness that we're all a part of, one person can play a number of different people, even if they're very different.
Where do you get your character from? Is there a person that you based it on?
No, I never based. It's just, I think that what makes someone different is that they do different things. Not necessarily they smoke differently or they walk differently, but they have different conflicts. They have different priorities in life. They have different, their ideas and conflicts manifest themselves differently in the individual's behavior. So if you can find the logic of their actions, in fact, they're through action and their main conflict in life from which the other conflicts stem, and you do what they do, you become them. If you do what Othello does, you are Othello. Now, it may not be possible to feel what Othello feels because we don't know what he felt. We only know what he did. Okay, if you feel what Othello feels, you will need 8 Desdemonas a week, and you'll be in jail after the first performance because you'll kill her. He did what he did because he really felt that. As an actor, you can feel similar things. You can get emotion from what it is that you're doing. But if you aren't doing anything and you're just feeling something, then it's a bit self-indulgent and masturbatory. Whereas the work is not really for the actor. The work is for the people seeing what's being done. It's a performing art.
You perform for the camera now. Where do you get your reward?
My reward? No. See, I'm not really interested in seeing the movie after it's done. I hope that the movie is good, and I hope that the audience seeing it gets something from it. But I think it's like the playwright or the author, John Hughes in this case, had a reason for writing the script. And it's my first responsibility as an actor to discover what that is, that meaning, that idea. This is about X. So I must know that as an actor. And it's my job to make sure that that's clear. And then I have a responsibility to the character. Now, my character has these things that he wants to say about life. So under X, which is what the whole thing is about, why the playwright wrote it. I have what it is that the character wants to say about life and about himself and what he wants to achieve. And then I, as an actor, a vessel, have certain things that I want to say about life, which is maybe why I chose to do this film. And that's like X, Y, and Z, that thing. So it's all this stuff. And if I can achieve that, then hopefully I've done something which can affect someone. So in a sense, my reason for doing it, it's not like for the camera, or for awards, or for monetary gain. It's for whether I can give something back to the world that I've got from the world, and maybe have made some deduction or made some perception about things, and maybe I can send that back. I have understood this in my life, and maybe if I just tell you this, it will do something for you. I don't necessarily want to change your brain. What it is I think I would like to do is just stop you for a second. Not make you do something else, but just stop you from doing what it is you're doing now and just wait, get this, and now you do whatever you want to do. But I just want to put something in you.
Do you have anything? I can think of it. Is there anything you kind of want to talk about?
What I want to talk about is that the second AD maybe needs me now.
And he's a real pain in the ass, too.
Me or the second AD? You need
I'm
me?
a pain in the ass, but I do need you.
Okay.
You got him? Thanks. Off camera.
Oh, off camera. No, I'm serious. I love off camera. I'm the king of the reverse.
We'll just ask one thing. Is there any kind of role or person you would like to play on this?
No, I think that, if the person is a real live human being, then he has as much to offer as the next person, I mean, I would not like to play too many similar parts, too many like street guys, kill people. But anyone, I'd like to play you actually in a movie. I'd like to play you. I'd like to play someone. They're making these featurettes and things. It'd be interesting, because you think about different things. You have different conflicts. Every part. I want to play every part.
I want to embrace it all. Do it all. Live it all.
Ah, yes.
Diane, have a good looking body.
Straight up and say.
Nah, it's okay. You want me there now?
Please.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
Thank you.